That doesn't make me a failure for getting off the horse. And it doesn't make you a failure for getting off your horse. Something that I hear a lot of riders commenting about themselves, or something doesn't go so well with their ride or the way they expected it to, and they feel like a failure. This has come up a couple of times in the last week or so in my group coaching programs. So, first of all, please stop saying that about yourself. We speak so badly of ourselves, both in our heads and to other people. And it's really, really not good for your own mental well-being, for your mental state, or for your riding confidence. And if you're watching me, that's probably what you're working on, is your riding confidence. So what you say to yourself, the words that you use, the words that you think really do affect you, because your brain, that unconscious part of your brain, is always listening. And it believes you, whatever you tell it. So when you say things like, I am a failure, it will have you feel like a failure. It will have you taking actions as if you are a failure. But here's the thing, you're not a failure. No one's a failure. You may do some things that don't work out the way you planned. We all make mistakes. We all have things that don't go the way that we would have liked them to go. But that doesn't make us a failure. We may have failed at something. But when we fail, the best thing to do is take the lessons from that experience, to learn and grow from it. We're all students. We're all learning. I've been a rider for decades, and close to 50 years now. And I am still learning, because we get more and more information. There are more studies being done, both on how our minds work and about understanding our horses. So what happens if you have a ride planned and a goal or something you want to do in that ride, and you get to the barn, so focused on doing that particular thing that you're not paying attention to what's going on for your horse, what's going on in the environment. So I'm going to share a couple of personal examples with you. I'm working with this 12-year-old thoroughbred gelding, Taz, who has not been ridden regularly for a couple of years, and he has some stress. He's a stressy boy. We're starting to get into some nice weather days here in Ontario. I went to the barn thinking, oh, it'd be a wonderful day to go for a hack. I don't go very far with him yet. He's not fit enough, and we're still dealing with some of his stress. But we go out a little further away from where the other horses are, out into the hayfield, investigating some tracks just a short way, paying attention to his comfort. On this beautiful day earlier in the week, where I thought, beautiful day for a hack, I arrive at the barn, have a quick chat with somebody who's just leaving. The barn manager arrives and mentions that she's going to do some quick tidying up of the lawns before we get the heavy rains we're getting today. I get Taz into the barn, I'm grooming him and tacking him up, and the barn manager goes by on the riding lawnmower, pulling a collection bag that collects the grass clippings and leaves as she goes. As soon as that goes by, Taz's stress level goes up. And as soon as his stress level goes up, I know it's not going to come down real quick. So I carry on doing what I'm doing, working with him to calm him. I take him out of the barn and thought, we'll just go for a little hand walk around and see how he's feeling. Beautiful day. Would have been a perfect day to go for a hack, but it just wasn't going to be the right day. He was too freaked out by that lawnmower. So what we did instead, I changed my plan. I hand walked him around. I took him down the path that we've been down before, that now he was very nervous about going down. So we didn't go as far as we'd gone last time. We came back up to where he was comfortable. We could hear that lawnmower going back and forth off in the distance. Gradually, each time I took him a little further down, he was a little more comfortable. I let him graze. So here I have, he's tacked up. I've got my riding kit on, but I did not ride that day. And that didn't make it a failure, didn't make me a failure, didn't make my horse bad. It was just a training opportunity. So we did what he was capable of doing that day. When I went back yesterday, it was a windy day. It was warm, but very windy. And I thought, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to ride him again today because of these winds. Well, guess what? I did. He was much calmer. There was no scary lawnmower around. And because I hadn't overfaced him the last time I was there, he was. If I had gone to the barn the other day and just decided, nope, we're just going to do this. He's got to deal with this lawnmower. And I'm just going to ride him. It likely would have been, at the very least, a bad and stressful experience for him. And at very worst, something could have happened where he'd bucked or bolted and I could have potentially come off. By changing my goal, I helped the horse gain confidence and trust in me. There are times when I have gotten off a horse because their stress level has gotten so high that I know I can't deal with it from the saddle, and I'm not doing him any favors by trying to ride through it. That doesn't make me a failure for getting off the horse, and it doesn't make you a failure for getting off your horse either. So if you're on your horse and you feel the need to get off because either you're too stressed or he's too stressed, in my opinion, that's a good decision. If you decide not to ride one day because it's really windy and your horse is stressed out and you're paying attention to both your stress level and your horse's stress level, that's not a failure. There are other things you can do from the ground and keep building your bond with your horse, keep building the trust between the two of you. And that's success in my books. So I hope you found this useful. Please like this video, make comments on it. Let's get it seen by as many people as possible if you think this is useful information for them to hear. Thanks for joining me. I'm Ann Gage, the Horse Riding Confidence Coach, helping you enjoy every ride.